Hello, beautiful friends. Healing Grasshopper here to do a pick a card reading for you. And today's question is what you need to know currently about your spiritual path. So we've got three choices here. We have number one, aventurine, two is pyrite, three is labradorite. So I'm going to give you a moment to choose which one most resonates with you. You might be resonating with more than one. So if that's true, then just listen to the one that resonates with you the most. Choose that one to listen to last so that message stays with you. Okay? So I will give you a moment to choose. Speak to you soon. Enjoy. Okay, so for those of you who chose pile number one, aventurine, there. You're on the right path. That's awesome. So we are talking about your spiritual path. I'm unapologetic about what I desire and trust that what I focus on will grow. Beautiful. It's about manifestation. Fantastic. Let's see what tarot gives us. Empress. Ace of Swords. What else we got? Both of these? This one in the center? Okay. Yeah. So, Seven of Pentacles. This is reminiscent of quite a few readings that I've done lately where the collective seems to be moving away from difficult times and have made the heroic decision to change their lives and build something new for themselves, but that journey can be tiring. Seven of Pentacles is like, oh, I'm doing all this work. When is it going to pay off? Or when am I going to even see a sign of it about to pay off? You know, um, so, and again, well, all right, so we got ahead of ourselves here. Ace of Swords is about downloads. The Empress here is talking about your being comfortable in your own skin and being creative and having faith in that creative process and everything. But and then Ace of Swords are the downloads. So this is where you have been lately, where you're like, okay, you know, who I'm speaking to is someone who is close to spirit. Um, you hear the downloads, you accept the downloads, you are implementing them, you are confident in your choices and everything, but um, things aren't always easy for you. Things have not been easy for you. You've been, you know, pushing through it and working towards better things, but that doesn't mean that life is perfect, which is fine. It's okay. And I know I'm talking in circles here, but okay. Oh, what's our last card here? The Fool? The Fool goes here. Nine of Cups here reversed, not reversed. And this is our card as well, right? Okay, so we've got a bonus card. Okay, very nice. So again, Seven of Pentacles is you like, when am I going to see signs of improvement? The Fool is the last card here facing the Seven of Pentacles, too. This is kind of a reminder of remember why you started this in the first place. You know, you made the leap. You were right to make the leap. You're on the right path, right? The path may still be rocky, thorny. You may still have, it may still be overcast in the sky, but that's going to clear at some point. When that's going to happen, I can't tell you, but you're going to need to continue to have faith. Remember what this says here. I'm unapologetic about what I desire and trust that what I focus on will grow, right? This is about you focusing on your manifestation and that you know that manifestation doesn't always happen overnight. So, Nine of Cups, we have emotional fulfillment here, and you're happy with your choices. And Seven of Cups is, you know, a big pile of choices, and you really enjoying. A lot of the time, this can have somewhat of a negative meaning where, not all of these cups have desirable things in them that you have to use discernment, discernment and that kind of thing. Excuse me, let me get a sip of water. But that's not what this card is saying in this context. What it means is it's kind of like the world is your oyster kind of message here, where you have plenty of choices ahead of you. But the other thing is that because we've put it right next to this unapologetic card, which is it talks about manifestation, right? And this is kind of like, be careful what you focus on. Keep focusing on your goal, not on your deficits, right? Because obviously, if you focus on your deficits, you're going to accrue more deficits. So try not to do that. It's a pretty straightforward message. Let's get some clarification. Well, Knight of Wands. Again, I'm not sure that you're going to need any more cards because this is very clear. Yeah, Ace of Cups. In this context is inspiration and your heart's desire, which is, you know, leading your compass. You're moving towards your heart's desire, and that's a good thing. Knight of Wands is the same thing. This is you. This is more of the desire itself, and this is you moving towards it. But let's not ignore the fact that you have the Six of Swords in the center of your reading here, which is a reminder that yes, you went through something difficult, but let's try and heal whatever that is so you can move forward. You don't want this energy tainting your plans and your manifestations moving forward. So maybe there needs to be like meditations and light a candle and have a session with your spirit guides. Like, let's talk about what happened and acknowledge what happened, how you felt, how you feel now, that kind of things. So you can tell spirit, listen, help me move away from this energy. Help me, release this so I can move towards something more productive. And they will. You'll start to feel the energy lighten. Okay? Do we have more cards? No. Yeah, I had a feeling that was the message there. Okay, guys? So pretty straightforward. You're on the right path. You have strong manifestation energies here. So focus on your heart's desire and you'll be able to draw it down into the physical plane. As above, so below. Okay? Looking forward to hearing from you in the comments section. I answer every single one because I love engaging with you guys. Um, for those of you who are new here, thank you for staying to the end of this reading. I do monthly readings for your zodiac sign. So, but also not just your birth sign, your sun sign. You should also have a look at your sun, moon, rising signs. You can calculate those easily for free online by Googling calculate my blank sign for free, rising, moon sign, whatever. And you'll be able to do it for free by plugging in your birth date and time, and it'll tell you what the sign in, and then you come back here and listen to the corresponding sign, and there will be messages for you there. Okay? So speak to you soon. Love, light, and many blessings. Okay, so for those of you who chose pile number one, pyrite, you have You Are Not Alone. And as I enjoy people, I attract enjoyable people. Wonderful. I want great relationships, so I enjoy nice, clever, funny, energetic, stimulating people. And I love knowing that this planet is abundant with them. It seems that the more I enjoy people, the more people whom I enjoy come into my experience. I love this time of spectacular co creation. Okay? So I get the idea that I am speaking to someone who is emerging from solitude, which is a productive thing, being in solitude. You really get to be, you know, reacquainted with yourself. And you definitely become stronger. But hold on, where's my pendulum? Here it is. Okay. So I want great relationships, and you are not alone. All right, you know what? Let's just see what tarot gives us. Judgment. Seven of Swords? Swords? No. Okay, I didn't think so. Judgment is, though. Okay, that's our first card. Okay, so the answer to almost every problem is connection to spirit. King of Swords, Four of Wands, Nine of Swords, reversed, not reversed. Four of Wands reversed, not reversed. Strength reversed, no. Is strength ours? It is ours. Like this, not reversed. Hangman reversed, no. Here. Okay. We've got more cards than we asked for. Strength is here. Okay. So listen, guys. Like I said, The answer to every problem is always God, spirit, right? So you're feeling like it's time to venture out and find a soul tribe, which is awesome. Um, so well, I have plenty to say about that, but let's talk about the cards first. King of Swords is talking about cutting out the BS, right? Which I feel this is a group of people who is very good at that. You're emerging from solitude because you've been aligned with people with whom you aren't on the same vibrational level with, which is why the relationships fell apart. You were not supposed to be with these people. And, we could be talking about romantic, platonic relations. It doesn't matter. Blood relatives, it doesn't matter. Just the people who you don't vibe with, right? But it's something that we all do at some point in our lives is stay in relationships longer than we should, right? And then we look back at them and we're like, geez, why did I tolerate all that BS from this person? Right? But as you go through situations like that, you learn from it. And you learn to become the King of Swords, which is one who listens. He listens. He he never misses a red flag, and he most certainly does not ignore them, right? And he cuts it out as soon as he sees it. And King of Swords is a master. He sees it very early. He's not the type of person who misses red flags and, is with a person for months and months and years and years and years and then cuts it out. You know, King of Swords just like he sees it right away. He meets someone, he knows that it's not the right person to be in his life, and he's like, no, this isn't for me. Chop, you know, not literally, of course. We're not talking about violence, but, you know, metaphorically, we remove people like that from our lives and we don't entertain them. Four of Wands talks about this wanting great relationships, and this is in the center of your reading, right? This is your goal, and you will have it, right? But Nine of Swords says, like, you're doubting that it's ever going to happen. You kind of look back at the negative things in the past, um, and what happened and how they treated you, and you know you deserve better, but you don't know why you can't find it, and that kind of thing. We all go through that, right? But Hanged Man is talking about looking at your life in general, especially when it comes to relationships, with a different perspective. And it's funny how this is appearing underneath here. Let's read it one more time. I want great relationships, so I enjoy nice, clever, funny, energetic, stimulating people, and I love knowing that this planet is abundant with them, right? So this energy here negates this Nine of Swords of sitting up at night worried and mad and upset, and this is okay. I went through that, that's fine, but I know there's something better for me out there. It seems the more I enjoy people, the more people whom I whom I enjoy come into my experience. I love this time of spectacular co-creation, right? So if it's not going to happen overnight necessarily, but as your attitude changes And there's less of this mentality of like, I just got Billie Holiday's Everything Happens to Me in my head. I love that song. I love Billie Holiday. But it's kind of, go look it up. It's a beautiful song. But she's a blues jazz singer, and this is very much a blues song. She's, lamenting over, oh, everything happens to me. Nothing works out for me. Everything's terrible, you know? Um, as you let go of this and you start looking at it with Esther Hicks, um, Abraham Hicks perspective, which is that's what this deck is, the Abraham Hicks deck. Um, the energy around you will start to change and you'll start to attract better quality relationships into your life. Strength is dealing with things with love and diplomacy. This also is giving the same energy of, approaching things differently. Um, Differently than you had before. So it's not the opposite of everything happens to me. Yeah, okay. So Knight of Wands is moving towards Four of Wands, like moving towards better relationships and a better life. But Four of Pentacles is saying, like, don't over manipulate things. Don't try too hard. It'll happen naturally. All you have to do is work on your energy and it'll come natural on its own, organically. What else we got, Spirit? The moon. Reversed? No. The process can seem mysterious, like, because, right, you have Nine of Swords here, which is like, oh, things are terrible and everything happens to me, nothing works out for me. But then there's the moon here, which is like, great relationships are eluding me, and I don't understand how to get things to work out for me. Yeah, see? And here is Four of Cups. And just make sure that this Nine of Swords, um, like grief and anger and looking in the past, isn't making you miss the great things that are right in front of you, because sometimes that can happen. You can be so immersed in a lower vibration that you missed the the guy at the supermarket that was trying to chat you up, that you just were so absorbed in what you were doing and that you didn't realize that they were trying to get your attention, that kind of thing, right? So just be mindful that the universe can be in this moment trying to present you with what you want, and your mind is elsewhere and you're missing the cues. Yeah, so that's the reading, guys. You're not alone. Don't worry. Okay. Looking forward to hearing from you in the comment section. I answer every single one because I love my viewers. I love engaging with you guys. Okay. I do monthly readings, so you can check out your reading for your sun sign, but also your sun, moon, I mean, your moon rising and north node too. And if you don't know what those are, you can calculate them easily online for free. Just Google it. Okay. And then come back, find the corresponding sign, and there will be messages there for you. Okay. So I will speak to you soon. Love, light, and many blessings. Okay, so for those of you who chose pile number 3, Labradorite, um, so guys, I have to say, this is the first time that I can remember that I did a pick a card and we only got one card, which is change. So let's see what tarot tells us. And you know what? This reading is probably for the entire collective because we are in an astrological atmosphere of significant change. Pluto entering Aquarius after it's been in Capricorn for 20 years. Now it's going to be in Aquarius for 20 years. The end of the Kali Yuga. There's a lot changing. So, it's an interesting energy. We've got somewhat of a tight deck. Six of Wands. Okay. We're starting out with positive cards. It's fantastic. Two of Wands. Reversed? Not reversed. Okay, good. So Six of Wands talks about a celebration, obviously. Um, the Tower. The Tower is our card, yeah. Reversed? No. That makes sense. There's the Tower in the center of your reading, right under change. Tower is change. All right, we're going to address that in a moment. Let's see what else we got. I need at least 3 more cards here. Three of Pentacles, our last card. Is this even one of our cards? No. This is the card. Okay. Five of Wands. Okay. All right. So let's just talk about these cards before we continue shuffling. At celebration, there's something positive you're moving towards. Two of Wands, you're making the active choice to move towards it. The Tower talks about some kind of an event beyond your control that the universe brings about to bring about change. Sometimes it can feel catastrophic. For some of you, it will feel catastrophic. But for some of you, it won't be that big. But what do I mean by catastrophic? Um, you lose your job. Your house catches on fire. And that's just, I'm not saying your house is going to burn down. That's not what I'm saying. But These are things beyond your control that happen that you're like, oh my gosh, what happened? That kind of thing. But losing your job for a number of you. Um, yeah, I withdraw the house burning. If that's true, it's for a very, very small amount of you. I don't think that's not what I'm talking about, really. Um, really getting anything else. I'm mostly getting the layoff, losing your job is really um yeah, divorce for some of you maybe. I don't know. Just now you have the idea of something that that makes you feel powerless. Um but this card is also a reminder that you can't control it. Let it fall. Let the tower fall. It's gonna fall no matter what you do. And that it may not seem that way, but it's for the greater good. And I know it's really hard to hear that kind of thing when you're in the middle of getting laid off and you got to pay your bills. And, I get it. But it's because the universe is like, okay, it's time to go now. It's time to move on your path towards your destiny. You're on your spiritual path, right? Because let's not forget, that's what the question of this whole reading is, right? What you need to know about your spiritual path, okay? So, Five of Wands is about you struggling and fighting for to keep things in place, right? But you can't fight a tower. It's going to happen anyway. And that's one of the it's this is in the center of your reading. So that's the biggest message here. Is don't fight it. Okay? Let's get your last two cards and then we'll do clarification with another deck. What else we got here? Yeah, the deck feels tight. I get that when there's like a struggle. That's not surprising when we've got Five of Wands on the table here. And listen, there's one thing that I have to tell you about a tower. I keep telling you that it's going to fall anyway. You do not want to fight a tower. Don't do that because it makes things worse. It's like, they if we're talking about losing a job, don't try and get on the phone and talk to other people, other managers or whatever to try to get the job back and like don't do it. They fired you, they laid you off. Don't try and get your job back and get reinstated. Just accept it and start looking forward. High Priestess, this is your intuition. Follow your intuition. There it is. Two of Pentacles, reversed, reversed, not reversed. Okay. We've got upright Two of Pentacles. This says you're okay. You're okay. You're perfectly capable of dealing with this. You'll manage it well. Let's see what we have for clarification. Yeah, Eight of Swords. Ooh, we got Ten of Swords too. Yeah, this is painful. It's disruptive. It does not feel good. I get it. Ah, Eight of Cups. I'm very happy to see. Okay, now we're getting somewhere here. Are these our cards too? No. Okay. Okay. So it's probably more like this. Okay. So Eight of Swords is about you feeling like you have nowhere to go. You have no choice, which a tower is going to make you feel this way because in a way it's true. You can't stop the tower from falling. But that doesn't mean that that you're powerless on your path, on your life's path. It just means that a change that was inevitable happens. That's fine. But as soon as the dust clears, you can think of it literally like a building falling, like building being demolished, right? Like you've seen the dramatic ones in Las Vegas, right? It falls, and then for a while there's a dust cloud. You're somewhere in that situation. I don't know if it's fallen yet, or it's falling now, or what position that you're in. But as soon as this dust settles, you're going to start to see that, okay, yeah, I do have a path. I am strong enough. I can handle this. And then this is you moving towards something better. Okay? Let's get a couple more. One for this position, please, Spirit, and one to go with the change card. Two of Pentacles and change. You're managing the change well. It may not feel that way now, but you will. Oh, here is oh boy, Four of Cups. Yeah, this is talks about the way you're feeling. These three cards, they're about pain and apathy, and this is apathy. Like your spirit is handing you this cup here, and you don't even notice it because you're in such a terrible mood about things. Uh-huh. Change. Reversed? Not reversed. All right. So Seven of Wands is you, and I love that you've got Two of Pentacles and Seven of Wands on on each side of change. This is about managing well. Two of Pentacles is this guy juggling very expertly with this turbulent ocean behind him. Things are not going all that well for these boats behind him, but for him, he's on stable ground. He's managing very well. He's okay. The Seven of Wands is the same kind of energy where, um, it looks like he's fighting off these sticks, which he is, but he's managing very well. He's got the upper hand, right? He's above it all. It's fine. You're going to manage it just fine. Okay? I think that's your message. All right, guys? You are doing very well. You're going to get through it. I'm looking forward to hearing from you guys in the comments. I answer every single one because I love hearing from you guys. Okay? Um, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subs. So I thank you in advance for all of your subs, your subscribes. Um, I do monthly zodiac readings, so look out for those. Um, you should also have a look at your moon, rising, and north node. If you don't know what those are, you can Google calculate my north node moon, right? Um, and you'll find plenty of websites that do it for free. You just plug in your birth date and your birth time, and it'll give you those signs. Once you find those out, you can come back and listen to the corresponding messages, and, because there are plenty of messages for you in those readings, okay? So you're okay. You're just going through change. Change is sometimes difficult, but you're going to make it through, okay? Speak to you soon. Love, light, and many blessings.